And a very good afternoon to you. Hopefully we find you well. Our first inter-county stream of 2025, and we're in the fabulous Super Value Pairc Uí Chaoimh here for a 2 o'clock throw-in in the Very Ireland National Camogie League 2025, folks. The season's rattling around and we're coming close to the end of February, and we have two sets of ladies out here on the field getting ready to have a go in this Division 1A round 1 clash. Of course, the National Camogie League got underway last weekend in 1B, but and some of the other divisions along with 1A in action today. And we're here with Cork taking on Waterford. 12 years since Cork won the National League, and it was the only trophy, of course, that got away from them last year. They're the reigning All-Ireland and Munster champions. Waterford, of course, had a scenario where they started the league so well last year, beat Tip in round 1, and of course Tip went on then of course and won the league as it so happened, but their narrow losses to Cork and Galway spelled an end to their league ventures last year, but they did then lose out subsequently to Galway in a close run enough match in Croke Park that day in the quarter-finals last July. So we have Cork, as we said, with their very experienced team. A couple of players that have taken leave of the panel this year for various different reasons. We'll come to them in a minute, but still a very, very strong team, and one player that's coming back really to strengthen matters up. You would imagine Libby Coppinger starts today, having missed the 2024 championship with that hamstring injury she picked up playing football. But she is back in on the edge of the square. So giving you the two teams then, the line out as selected in the programme, you might have seen that venturing around on social media in the last 24 hours or so. So it'll start with Amy Lee of Pairc in goal. It's a very experienced full back line, and of three that of course know each other quite well. Maeve Murphy of Balnora, Libby Coppinger of St. Columns, and then Pamela Mackey will be out on the left corner from Douglas. A very experienced half back line as well. Izzy O'Regan freed up then from being edge of the square back out to a wing back position. She will wear 5 today from Ballygarvan. Laura Hayes then of St. Catherine's parking the coffee truck up for today and lining out here in Super Value Pairc Uí Chaoimh, and on her left will be Hannah Looney from Killa, of course a well ventured and experienced footballer and camogie player. At centre field, a well known partnership now at this stage, and Aoife Healy from Mahada and Ashing Thompson from Milford. Ashing apparently was 50-50 coming into today's game, but is lining out at centre field. Half forward line then made up of Ciara Sullivan of Newcestown. She was a sub, of course, on last year's All-Ireland winning team. Kate Wall back is getting the start here, of course, from St. Finbarr's, and then the now vastly experienced Saoirse McCarthy from Courcey Rovers. She will be wearing 12, and in the full forward line another experienced crew, Clodagh Finn, who've come on, of course, in that All-Ireland final. She of Father O'Neill's wearing 13. Saoirse McCartney, who also came on in that All-Ireland final victory, but of course had been part of one of the mainstay of the forwards in the win, of course, in 2023. She's on the edge of the square, and Orla Cahalan of St. Finbarr's is in the left corner. Of course, her sister Maeve is among the subs and is the captain, is carrying a bit of an injury, but of course the Cahalans well respected here, and of course Maeve, well, she bringing some glory to the Cahalan family, being named captain and announced during the week. Waterford, with of course Jerry Wallace as the manager, a man that's well known in Cork camogie and hurling circles, names a team with a couple of new players. Of course, they've been welcomed up, a couple of the minors that have lost obviously All-Ireland finals in the last 2 years to Cork and Tipperary, but some of them are named among the panel and named here in the team today. And they've also got a debutant in goal, Brianna O'Regan, who if she's watching, Brianna, we wish you well, has had surgery, of course, on a knee problem, and we hope to see Brianna back at some point this year. But the debut in goal, as a fine year that she had with Galtier, they got to the Munster final, of course, in that little bit contentious end, of course, that Munster final. But Noel was the goalkeeper for Galtier, and she lines out here making her debut, of course, played underage with Kilkenny and intermediate as well, and I think did a year as well with Dublin back around COVID time. She lines out then with the number 1 shirt. Rachel Walsh, fresh from the win with UL and Ashburn. She will be in the right corner. It's Keely Corbett Barry then wearing 3, and Alana McNulty, her clubmate from De La Salle, out on the left corner. It's Bevan Bowdren then of St Anne's. Lorraine Bray continues as captain. She a Cappoquin, of course, a well experienced player at centre back, and on her left another experienced player from Galtier, Kate Lynch. At centre field then it's Tara Power at Tramore, and Emer O'Neill, the well talked about minor player, doing her leaving cert course in a number of months time. I'm sure she's recovered from possibly doing mock exams or whatever. She of Bricky Rangers will line outside Tara Power. The well known and well versed Beth Carton, she's going to wear 10 at De La Salle. Inside her will be of course Mairead O'Brien, who had such a big year with her club Mondeligo, and also in the Ashburn with UL. And Orla Hickey, a Cappoquin, is out on the left wing. And then the full forward line, well, it's an experienced one in lots of ways. Abby Flynn, of course, at De La Salle in her 16th year. She tells me, I think it's seen 17th around, but Niamh Rockett was very quick to tell me that it's her 16th year. She is St Anne's, who will wear, of course, 14. And outside her, a girl that we've seen a lot on some streams when we've done underage at a minor level, Maggie Gotzel. She coming in, of course, another Leaving Cert student. She of De La Salle, and she, of course, a former minor, and she'll be wearing number 15. So number of changes obviously as well within the subs, and a number of players having stepped away. Vicky Falconer is off in Australia, and Vicky might be tuned into us, so if you are, Vicky, good to have you with us. If you are recovering from injury but off doing a bit of travelling, and I'm hearing that we will see Vicky at some point this year with Waterford. But one lady we won't will be Clodagh Carroll. Clodagh busy in the books at the minute, studying a PhD in college, and she will not be with Waterford this year, so we believe. But you do have the likes of Iona Heffernan of Ferrybank, she playing at 17 jersey today. Aoife Landers, of course, who's now with Piltown, made the Leinster Club final with Piltown this year. She's there as well, and a number of other players then that obviously we have seen at various different stages, part of Jerry Wallace's panel here today. And of course, within the Cork setup, you have the likes of Laura Tracy, who was away travelling only in the last number of weeks. She's back, takes her place here in the subs today. You've got Ava Fitzgerald, we might see maybe at some point. Ava, of course, had a fine performance in the Purcell Cup victory that we saw up in the Connacht Air Dome, minus the dome, of course, but on that pitch 2 weeks ago with Mary I. She's celebrating obviously that, and we've a number of players that obviously were involved with UCC, the likes of Orla Mullins, Emma Murphy, they're out there today. And we also got to see, of course, intermediate victories with three players that we would have seen, the two Maeves, Maeve Ring and Maeve de Burka, and also Niamh O'Leary. They have ventured up from the intermediate panel last year. Of course, no second teams in intermediate grade this year, of course, and a lot of maybe girls committing to the new under 23 setup. And I saw an interview with Jeremy Manley during the week where he talked about a close kind of connection between the under 23 teams and the senior team management, and he will be involved in championship with them also, because they're going to be now the stepping stone and the pathway, as he claimed in his interview in local media, to the senior setup. Of course, within the Cork team, no Molly Lynch, no Hayley Ryan, no Niamh Callaghan, and I suppose a big loss, you have to say, because she was such an important cog in the forward line last year. Fiona Keating chipping in with her couple of points every game, such a driving force. She not involved for 2025. So a few changes on both backroom team, I suppose, as well. Has seen a bit of a change in Cork. Adrian O'Sullivan, well versed, Offaly, Dublin, Limerick, Wexford. I don't know where else you could mention Adrian has been, but he is now part of Ger Manley's setup, of course, replacing Liam Cronin, who, as you would expect, being a Limerick man, when Limerick hurlers came calling, he headed in that direction, despite everything I'm sure the Cork Camogie crew did to keep him. But he is now obviously involved with John Kiley and the Limerick hurlers. But well, as he said, two experienced teams here getting ready to go. We're a little bit over the stated time of throw-in of 2 o'clock. Liz Dempsey of Kilkenny in the middle, and she throws the ball in, and it's Cork to get the first touch on it here. My name is Killian Whelan. I forgot to probably tell you that at the start, but we're here watching Cork then attacking the Blackrock end off to our right, the City end to our left, and the regatta that's taking place here at the Canoe Club outside. The girls probably watched it on the way in, but they're focusing now completely on the match here on the pitch at the minute, as Cork looking to hold on to possession here. Saoirse McCartan trying to get on to that, but it's a run for Ciara O'Sullivan, looking to step inside the challenge there of Orla Hickey for a shot, but it's kind of semi-blocked down, trying to get in there and win it back. Maybe combination of Cork players. McCartan in there again, also in there, Orla Cahalane. But it looks like Waterford that have come out with it and they've dug that out well and getting it out here to Bray. Going to have opportunity maybe to attack now. Waterford attacking the city end. Jerry Wallace urging on his troops there with Bray, getting that ball, having got the pass from Emer O'Neill. Emer, as he said, one of two minors, former minors that are on the setup, as that shot is taken there in, but it's got out to the right. And looking to get the puck out off here. That was Beck Carton getting that attempt off there. So wide, the first opportunity here in the opening stages of our game. Cork looking to attack now the far corner. Look like playing two inside and looking for McCartan then to get involved. It's Cahalane, Orla Cahalane, that is, trying to get down there, but she's well marshalled off that by Walsh, and it's going to be an attack out now for the Daisha. As he said, started the league off so well. Kate Lynch loses the ball, gets second time to get that, and got it to Emer O'Neill. Emer took a bit of a dunt there and getting it, and with Lorraine Bray now looking inside, the well experienced Bray, but that ball is cut off there from Bet Carton, but Carton is able to win it and drive out, and she looks like she was being held off there by Aoife Healy, but Liz Dempsey allowing the play to continue. Carton and Bray linking up here now, but that's a good block there by Kate Wall, looking to get in and hold on to possession there of her opposition marker. Beck Carton now looking to step inside, feet went out but the ball set in, and keeping an eye on that as the ball is dropped in, but it's into the grateful hands of Amy Lee. It went to go right, go left, and then went right and drops it out to the middle there, where Laura Hayes scoops that ball on over on the far side. Mention of course Amy O'Connor carrying an injury, not going to be look like involved today. I thought I saw her in civvies just before the throw in there, so we won't see Amy involved, but of course another player that would surely have been starting here for Germanley if it was to be the case. But an opportunity for some players to be able to get in there and stake a claim. As we know, a very quick season now moves on very, very rapidly with the league into Munster Championship and straight into the All-Ireland series, with the All-Ireland final of course coming to us in mid-August now, I suppose you would call it. Ball breaks now, and it's Looney looking to step inside the attentions of Emer O'Neill, putting herself around for, of course, a young lady out there, tall, imposing player on the Waterford midfield. It's over on the far side now. Cahalane coming in on her right, looking to have a shot. I got the Blackrock end, and it looks like the umpire is going to wave that wide, and it's a wide apiece here with coming up on 4 minutes gone. Sun bedecked Super Value Pairc Uí Chaoimh. The last time we were here, it's fairly lash rain on a couple of different instances. I don't think we're going to see rain today, but batten down the hatches tomorrow apparently, folks, so they say. But we see Beck Carton trying to win this ball from Lorraine Bray, looking to dig it out well there, Carton, and gets a shout there back from Kate Lynch, but it's a good block down by Ciara O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan and Wall trying to get in there to disrupt the ball by Lorraine Bray. Ball went forward, but looks like it came off a Waterford player, and it's going to be sideline cut for Cork. So ball into the middle. Eventually kicked out there by Pamela Mackey. Katrina, coach, her sister, involved with things as well. She's here in her civvies, not listed in the panel today, but sure she won't be far away either at some point later in the year, as Cork do very well to drive on to that. And it's Saoirse McCarthy, of course, playing with TUD this year in the Ashburn, and McCarthy still going. The Courtesy Rover player put the ball inside. Looks like Cahalane coming out there, crash ball, going to have a shot. Oh, very tight to that right hand upright. I thought there could have been a scenario where there could have been a throw, there could have been a free in, if not a penalty, but Cahalane came on to that ball with a bit of pace there and fired it across Noel Murphy's goal and just out to the right hand side in that Blackrock end there. And there's an injury to a Waterford player in there. So 2 chances now Orla Cahalane has had, 2 wides. And it comes here in the Blackrock end after 6 minutes. Match official today is Liz Dempsey. Well, of course, known Kilkenny. Man that's building a bit of a reputation for himself. Aaron Hogg as well. Aaron involves both camogie and hurling. And another man we're probably going to see a little bit of has been, of course, at Leinster level and fourth official on a few national games. We're here today as a linesman. Brian Deering a Carlow is on the south stand here at Super Value Pairc Uí Chaoimh. The stand, of course, backs onto the Astro pitch that's outside the grounds. If you don't know, the stand you can see on the far side, the River Lee runs down along the back of it, and there's a lovely regatta on at the minute there. But we're focusing on the action that's happening in here, and it's looking to attack the city end. Emer O'Neill got a block off, dangerous ball in. Rocket was in underneath that. Look to get the hurl up with credit, you'd have to say, to Amy Lee, and she's there to get that return from Mackie. Plays the ball out here. It's a decent enough ball to get it out to Ciara O'Sullivan. And eventually cleared by Laura Hayes. Hayes was trying to get it forward. I don't think the intended target was the lady that has it in Saoirse McCarthy, but ball is played by her, and it's over here towards Cahalano, holding off the attentions of Keely Corbett-Barry. Of course, Corbett-Barry, vice captain of this team, and Cahalane has done very, very well and has hopped it off the ground there now to try and retrieve possession, playing the ball all the way back out here now to the number 13, Clodagh Finn. Clodagh, of course, had a big game for UCC in the Ashburn final, but unfortunately got away. Saoirse McCartan going to have a shot. Dragon, is this the first score of the game? It has gone over the bar. It's taken 7.5 minutes, but you'd have to credit Orla Cahalane with the effort she put in there to eventually recycle that ball. And McCartan showing, of course, the form that she showed 2 years ago in how prolific she was in Cork, getting back and winning an All-Ireland title. I know obviously the All-Ireland final that day and the way the year had gone, Amy O'Connor, but McCartan was such a big part to play in that. Probably suffered a little bit last year, just getting into a bit of form, but again got 2 big scores in that All-Ireland final, of course, if you remember, against Galway, when Galway were putting the hammer down a little bit. As we focus on the opening score, I said after 8 minutes then Cork getting the opening score and looking to drive out. Hayes now sidestepping the attempted challenge here and gets it out to Healy, Aoife Healy from Ahada. Was of course part of that UCC team that Waterford manager Jerry Wallace was over. Down towards McCartan, 2 Waterford players around her, comes away from her though and out over the line, and it's going to be a sideline cut for Waterford that Brian Deering is endeavouring to get down and have a look at. So action taking place in Camogie all over the place today. We'll endeavour to keep you up to games, but Dennis Kelly, of course, still in charge of Tip. They're taking on Dublin, still with Jerry and Michael there. Tommy Shefflin, the new man with Kilkenny, and Cathal Murray, of course. Rumour early in the season maybe is that he wasn't going to return, but is back in harness there, and he's, as he said, managing them today against Kilkenny as Saoirse McCartan now plays this ball low inside towards Cahalane. She's muscled off it there a little bit by Corbett-Barry. Ball is on the deck though, and 2 Cork players trying to get in and win it, and it looks like Cork have won that ball back, and it's Kate Wall went in there and won that ball well. Looney now looking to get this ball on. It's an opportunity here for Ciara O'Sullivan coming in along the line. Ciara O'Sullivan, but you'd have to credit the dig out there that was done by the Cork forwards, and there's high fives all round because they did that so well. Kate Wall just got in there, won a dirty ball. Looney finding herself in a position to attack forward, and then hear the shout from Ciara O'Sullivan, and O'Sullivan from a very tight angle puts the ball in the bottom corner of the Blackrock net, and that's a goal for Cork that I suppose their chances have dictated that they deserve here. A goal and a point in 10 minutes gone, but credit Kate Wall again for some dirty work there. A goal and a point to no score. A sideline ball is going to be taken here now by Aoife Healy. So the goal after 9.5 minutes, it came from Ciara Sullivan, and Ciara, of course, who was a sub in last year's All-Ireland final winning team, getting that goal as McCarthy comes forward, as she so often does. Saoirse in loads of space was able to get away there rather easily, puts that ball over the bar, and Cork now starting to ask a few questions of Waterford here. Waterford struggling at the minute to get beyond Cork's half back line. Short puck out then given to Corbett Barry. Hearing the shout over on the far side then from Alana McNulty. And McNulty was deemed to have been pushed in the back there, and it's going to be a free out, Liz Dempsey says, down to the city end. But it is Cork that are in the control here at the minute with 11 minutes gone, 1-2 to no score. Hopefully you're enjoying the coverage. Our first inter-county stream of 2025, brought to you by Entre. Luca Megan doing the camera work here with me today. And hopefully we'll have many more Camogie streams throughout the league campaign and further on as Corbett Barry gets onto this and jinks and jives around the two corner forwards for Cork and releases it out to middle to Emer O'Neill, one of the senior debutants of course here for Waterford, an experienced player at underage, getting the ball up into the corner, looking for movement out of Abby Flynn now, looking to step inside as it's good control play by Carton, and it's a shot off and it's up and over the bar, and it's badly what Waterford needed now to just to settle inside. There was a run from Abby Flynn but wasn't picked up, and I think maybe sensible there to take the opportunity to have the shot when it did arise. And Waterford's not their first shot in anger, but it was probably their first effort that really had a bit of purpose on, that was going to be able to carry, and it's their first score of the game, making it 1-2 to a point. So ball into the middle there by Lorraine Bray, finding her wing back colleague in Kate Lynch, and the ball played forward, and Liz Dempsey said it's going to be a free, and I'd imagine Beck Carton is going to take it. Breeze is coming up from the city, so blowing kind of diagonally across. Next time we get an opportunity, maybe the Blackrock end, you'll see the flags, but it's kind of looks like it's straight down the field, but when I was down on the field myself, it's kind of a diagonal cut, so it's going to be in the face here a little bit of Beck Carton, but I'm sure she's experienced many conditions, and she's well able to take this on. Katie Nolan and Miriam Bambrick with the opening scores for Kilkenny Daly Galway, 2 points to no score as Carton puts that ball, so she's got 2 on the bounce, and that's a perfect response since the goal. 1-2 to 2. Bet Carton, who else? Point and a free. Sharp puck out then by Amy Lee towards Laura Hayes, popping a nice little ball towards Saoirse McCarthy. Hearing a shout outsider there from Pamela Mackey, and it's down into the corner. Looked like a shove in the back there on Claudia Finn, but the ball is worked out, and then Saoirse McCarthy is adjudged to have fouled the Waterford back, and it's going to be a free out. Galway have just hit back with Sabina Rabbit, but it's 3 points to 1. Katie Nolan looking for Katie maybe to get into a bit of form with Kilkenny this year. Bit of a injury struck last year, and maybe form as well. Of course, it was a player that lit up herself and Miriam Walsh Kilkenny a couple of years ago, the way they used to tag team off each other. But Miriam, we wish her best of luck, of course, expecting a baby in the coming weeks, and retired, of course. Kilkenny big losses in the two Walshes, the cousins Miriam and Grace, no longer Grace in the inter-county setup, and that'll take some getting used to in Kilkenny, but I'm sure they're back out in the field of play today and lead Galway by 5 points to 1 in the opening stages. It's 1-2 to 2 here, 14 and a half minutes gone in Super Value Pairc Uí Chaoimh, as Waterford looking to build on the momentum of those last 2 scores. Laura Hayes though looking to dig it out, and eventually does, and here's a shout behind her from Looney. Looney drives out. Hannah Looney, that is the well experienced dual star from Killa, gives it to another experienced star, and Oshing Thompson looking to find now McCartan looking to get inside Alana McNulty, and hits the deck, the two of them, and this time it's a free in, and I think that's maybe payback for the foul, but maybe not one Alana needed to give away, and McCartan used her physique and everything well there to be able to get in. Scores coming thick and fast down in the Dunmore training ground. That's where Kilkenny are playing Galway 5 points to 3. Carrie Dolan, the new Galway captain, getting in on the act there alongside Niamh Mallon, and double scores at the minute, 6 points to 3. Endeavour to update you on Tip and Dublin as well, as that ball is put in and over the bar. Is it? Yeah, that's a confirmed score, and McCartan taking her own free, putting that ball between the posts, and I suppose gets Cork back ticking over on the scoreboard. So you might have seen the flags there in the background blowing right down to the lee and the M8 exit. As Kate Wall looked like she had done enough there, but Waterford have turned it over, and Carton linking up, and it always seems to be Lorraine Bray that's coming charging on. That looked a heavy challenge there into the chest area of Laura Hayes, and Liz Dempsey not taking lightly to it. Bray was off on a run there and she was disrupted of it, and challenge coming in that Liz Dempsey doesn't like on Laura Hayes, and I'd say we're going to see the first yellow card of this game. And it's gone to number 13, Abby Flynn. So Abby just got to be mindful there, but just the quickness of feet of Laura Hayes, and I think she was a little bit high as well. So Hayes going to take her own free. Mackie has gone loose for her if she wants. And Niamh Rockett looks like she's trying to drop out to get on potential ball there, but she's at the minute. Libby Coppinger is keeping an eye on her as this ball breaks. So an opportunity here for Ciara Sullivan that got the goal. She's doing very well. Gets a shout from off the offside from Clodagh Finn, dropping it over the bar. They pirouetted very well there together. And there's wiping out then the 2 points that Waterford have got in quick succession. They've bounced back with two of their own, Saoirse McCartan and Clodagh Finn. So 4 of the 6 forwards out for Cork have scored in the opening 17 minutes here. And that was well played again there by Ciara O'Sullivan. Kate Wall in on an awful lot of dirty ball and gets in and wins that again. I have to say, Kate Wall, Cork not missing Fiona Keating here at the minute. Kate, of course, picking up a bit of a knock there, just being checked on. Kate been in around, of course, the Cork county setups at interlevel and senior in the last number of years. But maybe getting an opportunity now to put her hands up and get a starting role in this senior squad. As McCartan should be meat and drink. It's pulled it a bit to the right though, has it? Yeah, it has, and that wind probably just took it away on her. So wait for McCartan when it probably was an easy enough opportunity. 1-4 to 2 points it is. The breaking ball sorting it out for Cork again. That breeze having a bit of a factor now as Waterford is elected to go along. Is this the most difficult effort, and has she put it over the bar? McCartan has, after the free, and then she bounced straight up. No disappointment for Saoirse McCartan. Thinking of Arne Schlott and Darwin Núñez, and the way he said during the week that Núñez went away and hid for being disappointed missing that chance against Villa. Well, McCartan didn't go missing, straight away back on the bounce, and as I said, the more difficult opportunity she put over the bar from the guts of 55 metres out. McCartan with 3 points to her name, one from a placed ball, and she's starting to show some of the form, as we said we saw from her 2 years ago. Lovely take and catch there by Clodagh Finn, another star player, the potential for this year. But it's turned over there, and it looks like Rachel Walsh. And back it goes to the debutant, Noelle Murphy. Noelle, of course, Galtier player, former Kilkenny underage and intermediate player, and also, as I said, part of Dublin set up a couple of years ago. But that ball charging onto it, Izzy O'Regan giving it on here now. Opportunity maybe for a ball to be played inside by the goal scorer Ciara Sullivan, but it's challenged there, but she's still going, O'Sullivan, and Finn trying to get in there and help her out, but Lorraine Bray playing a captain's role, trying to get in there and help out. No Hurley though, and has to go infield and gets a shout from Mairead O'Brien. Mairead looking to release this ball down the wing towards Rockett now in Coppinger, but it's well read by Laura Hayes sitting in the pocket. Waterford have withdrawn a player because of course they are playing into the teeth of that wind there. Carton now trying to disrupt maybe the opportunity for Cork to come from the back. Laura Hayes comes onto that well, taking it inside, again hits the deck, and have to say Waterford just got to be careful. They have a player already in a yellow card for a tackle on Laura Hayes, and Hayes continuing to move forward, but there to cut it off was Emer O'Neill, and the referee says that's a foul on O'Neill. And I have to say, Emer O'Neill starting this game well. You wouldn't know she's a Leaving Cert student. The Bricky Rangers player coming up, of course, from that All-Ireland starring Waterford teams. Unfortunately didn't win an All-Ireland title, but contesting the finals, and that's a decent ball down into the corner, looking for a movement out of Abby Flynn. Shout inside maybe, and it's an opportunity still that might present itself, but looks like Coppinger was in there and they've dealt with it. And it's Thompson looking to come out now and play this ball over here to Ciara O'Sullivan. The Newcestown player puts it on the end of the hurl and attracts the attentions of Mairead O'Brien. Gets the pop pass though to Hannah Looney. Looney has Thompson if she wants, and that's where it's going to go. Thompson now looking to search for Clodagh Finn up here, landing on the 45, but it's well read back there, and McCartan trying to get involved now. Two Waterford players come together. There's a bit of a gap here now if Finn takes her time looking to pop the ball inside. Wasn't a great ball, but maybe it's going to turn into something. McCartan picks it on the first time, looking to turn inside her player. McCartan getting the pass off. She surely was fouled. It's going to opportunity of a shot. Cahalane, it's blocked away. Well saved by the debutant Noel Murphy, but surely McCartan should have had a free in there. But anyway, play continue. Maybe it was advantage being given. Should have been a Cork goal, you would feel, but what a save from Noel Murphy. Looking to take it on here. Izzy O'Regan. It was a patient build up from Cork, looking to drive it home here. 1-5 to 2 points. That would have been curtains, you would have felt, but maybe with that wind that's there, they're going to have a significant lead. Trying to get in there, Emer O'Neill making herself strong and hooshed off the ball. I would have thought that was a foul. Jerry Wallace has his arms out, but it's eventually that Carton that comes away from it. Liz Dempsey is letting them at it out here, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving going on that she's just got to be careful of, you would feel. Kate Lynch was in there winning that ball back, and it's Bray that pops it over the far side. Rocket and Coppinger now. Oh, lovely take by Rocket, looking to get inside and taken down by Hayes. She was gone if she got beyond Hayes. Hayes knew what she had to do, and there's going to be a tick, and I'd say for Laura Hayes it's going to be a freeze for Beck Carton, but I have to say over her right shoulder, catching that expertly well up against Libby Coppinger. Niamh Rocket draws the foul. It's going to be a free in, and it's something that Waterford need. There's no question about it. That bit of play there, but what a save by Noel Murphy. Orla Cahalane has threatened that already. You wonder, will it be third time lucky? First time it went by the post, second time saved by the keeper. And the save coming here after 22 minutes from Cahalane. Beck Carton for her third point of the game, 45 metres out, popping it up towards those posts. Oh, it's off the upright, batted away. Rocket didn't even look. It was expecting that she unfortunately took maybe her eye off the ball. And eventually it's going to be cleared out here. And it's clearing out now with Maeve Murphy all the way forward, looking to drop this ball down into the corner. Cahalane again, very busy. Saoirse McCartan holding it off at arm's length there, but trying to keep away from Alana McNulty. Plays it backwards. It's Hannah Looney that's up there. Looney looking to dive inside. Two Waterford players still going. Pop pass now. Here's Cahalane again, shorten the grip, but it's well blocked down by Kate Lynch. Ball is still there for the other number 7. That's Looney giving it off with the shot from McCarthy. Umpire, we're waiting for the effect. It's going to be right and wide. And a chance gone a begging. Hannah Looney getting involved in a lot of forward play there at the minute. Chance gone a begging though for Cork here. Coming up on 24 minutes gone, and entertaining enough. Very Ireland National Camogie League Division 1A round 1 encounter, but it's Cork, the All-Ireland and Munster champions, well in control, as Mairead O'Brien judged to have taken too many steps. The Waterford management incensed by that because they felt that her arm was being held on, but Liz Dempsey has given a free that Brian Deering is marking out here, and it's going to be Laura Hayes that's going to come across to take it. Just outside her own 65, of course, the new halfway line structure that's put in for Gaelic football. As you can see, the broken line as Hayes drives this in. Is she going to expect something out of it? And great credit, Noel Murphy took that, didn't let it drop wide and kept it moving in play. Ball breaks around the middle now, trying to get on at Beck Carton, held up by the other number 10, but she gets away from Ciara O'Sullivan. Then she's held up by a wall of red shirts and digging and diving, and still somehow Carton was able to jink herself out of that red wall and get back on that ball. And it's a lovely little pop waiting for Maggie Gottsell to get on, and Maggie has had only really one touch of the ball that got away from her. She could try to get it back to Carton, but it's well cut out there by Aoife Healy. Healy stepping into the middle, heard a shout from Hannah Looney, as I said, is really growing into this game. The Killia player is coming on to it now on the halfway line. Ball is driven across here towards Clodagh Finn, the Father Neil's player, jinked onto her left and then onto the right. Here's a shout from Ciara O'Sullivan there, dovetailing quite well, driving it in and over the bar, and it's O'Sullivan and Finn that are causing Waterford all sorts of problems, and Finn has put that ball handsomely over the bar, making it 1-6 to 2 points. I should say O'Sullivan, sorry. But they are causing problems for Waterford down along that right side. And as I said, they probably feel they have to have a lead because that wind is significant enough. As Beck Carton was trying to get onto that ball, Liz Dempsey spotted a foul, and it's going to be a free in that I imagine Carton is going to take herself. Might be looking for a bit of movement here, but as we said, Waterford have withdrawn. They were allowing Laura Hayes at the minute to probably dictate matters, but she's now come over here picking up Maggie Gotzel and seem to be alternating maybe who's going to be a free player. Aisling Thompson looks free at the minute. But it's a long way out now here for Carton to take this just inside the 65. No doubting that she can make it, but we saw the 45 come back off the upright. Has she enough now to be able to send this on its way? It looks like it's dropping short. Dangerous enough when it's into the hands of Amy Lee. No one made a move there, and it's Niamh Rocket having to do a thankless enough job with 4 Cork players in around her as she tries to win possession. She's trying to disrupt Maeve Murphy there coming in field, but Murphy gets the ball to Aisling Thompson, and eventually it's a long clearance down here towards Ciara Sullivan and Claudia Finn direction, and they're as he said dovetailing quite well now. O'Sullivan gets this ball and plays it here towards Cahalan. She's looking to get inside Corbett Barry. She's still going. Could this be third time lucky? Bats it across. Looney! It's in the back of the net. She nearly left it behind her, but Hannah Looney did enough, and it tricked Noelle Murphy. Not a whole lot Murphy could do about it, and it rolled to the back of the net. Cahalan maybe felt the angle was getting a little bit too tight for her, and having had 2 shots that didn't go in, unselfishly played the ball across to Looney, who's have to say her runs in the last couple of minutes causing Waterford all sorts of problems, and it's the second goal for Cork. Hannah Looney with that goal, as we said, I think she made more ground than the ball did, and eventually made it beyond the both of them and into the back of the net. 27 minutes gone. Cork, the All-Ireland and Munster champions, in control here against her Munster neighbours Waterford by 2-6 to 2 points. Ball by Carton, but it's well cut out there by Aoife Healy, playing it out to the middle, and it's Thompson settling on this ball. Aisling taking her time with it, played it across here. Probably wasn't expecting Ciara O'Sullivan, but O'Sullivan is recycling, got it back to Thompson. Thompson tackled there by Mairead O'Brien, and that ball didn't make it really the whole way forward. Aisling not long back, of course, in the Cork setup, having taken time away, and I think with someone the experience of her, entitled maybe to get that little bit of time off, as she gets on to Kate Waldo. Kate looking to drive forward, thinking of her own score, driving it in. Has it gone over the bar? It's some score if it has, and she deserves a Kate Wall, putting the hand up to Aisling Thompson for the pass, and that's 5 of the 6 now they've got on the scoreboard. And Orla Cahalan is threatened enough that surely she won't be far away from being on the board. But Kate Wall deserves that for her first half alone. Has been a bit of a wrecking ball in there and disrupting maybe Lorraine Bray and disrupting the chances that Waterford had getting in and winning an awful lot of dirty ball. And gets her own score there after Thompson set her up. Ball now. Here's Laura Hayes, threatened this on a couple of occasions. Plays the ball towards our latest point scorer, Kate Wall. Wall looking to jink and jive away from Lorraine Bray. Also in there is Young O'Neill, but it's eventually coming out with it. Abby Flynn, who's the latest Waterford player out around the middle trying to win this ball. But that's just playing into Cork's hands here a little bit. 2-7 to 2 points. You feel Waterford going to need a little bit more. It's going to be a lot of play to get back in this game, and that wasn't really a great pass from Niamh Rocket trying to find Carton. Looney trying to drive forward, has a goal already and just threatening more. Saoirse McCartan out on top of this now, looking around her, will drive it home from here if she wanted to, but she searches out Claudia Finn. Claudia having to do an awful lot of play to get on this ball though. It looks like Waterford have dealt with it, have the throw a bit of a loose pass. The defence have got to be careful here because Cork are all over here at the minute doing an awful lot of work, and it's hard to battle into that breeze. It's back eventually though to the debutant Noelle Murphy. Good intelligent ball out here to another debutant, Emer O'Neill. O'Neill now being challenged by Wall, but she's putting the head down and getting away. Wall is not giving up the ghost, but she is making a bit of ground. O'Neill though coming into a bit of a tackle, looking to get away from Aoife Healy there. Hits the deck, ball is on her feet though, trying to get in there. Libby Coppinger, the referee says that eventually there was a bit of a loose hurl, and I'd say it's going to be a free for Waterford there, or is it going to be a throw ball? Going to be a throw ball, says Liz Dempsey, right in front of Brian Malloy. And we're heading towards splashdown here in the first half. Well in control are this Cork team, 2-7 to 2 points. Fresh players on the Cork setup, fresh on the Waterford setup as the Cork players though, and some of the ones that have led by example over the last number of years who are leading the case here. Cork look like a crew that are going to be hard stop again as Carton drives the slow ball towards Abby Flynn. Just a jink and jive trying to get inside Maeve Murphy. Did that very well. Rocca going to have a shot. It looks good, but it's dropping into the grateful hand of Amy Lee. Still only 2 points, and they came from Beck Carton. They had a flurry of scores. They narrowed the gap down to 2 points, but then Cork went on a flurry of their own with Saoirse McCartan and a point from Claudia Finn, and that got them back up and running, and they followed it up with points since with Ciara Sullivan, and then the goal from Hannah Looney. That's put them out of touch for my circles. 11 points are going to be a lot for Waterford to make up. It's going to have to be some second half, you would feel, considering the form that Cork defence is in. Ball looked like it was touched on the ground, but the play allowed to continue, trying to get in there and win it. Lorraine Bray holding off Hannah Looney. Beck Carton looking to get in on her right, looking to play a dinky ball inside. Shout was, and the run was coming, but it was a push in the back. It looked like, or a hold. The referee said that was on the player that made the pass, Beck Carton, and it's going to be an opportunity for her. But you can imagine Brian Malloy just telling Beck Carton where to put it. The match official from Carlow on the line here. Aaron Hogg over on the far side. Match official leading the fray is Liz Dempsey from Kilkenny. So 32 minutes gone on the stadium clock here, 2:72. There can't be long more left. Beck Carton didn't like that. She turned away straight away, but it did cause a bit of damage. Pamela Mackey had to bat it out, and eventually the referee has seen enough, and that is it. Half time in the Very Ireland National Camogie League Division 1A round 1, and it's one way of traffic, no question about it. Cork went into 5-point lead, was pegged back that little bit. Waterford with the 2 points from Beck Carton, and then Carton hit one off the upright, and they had a couple of other opportunities, but when McCartan and Finn got 2 points in a minute, and then it was followed up by Ciara Sullivan and the goal from Hannah Looney. That's put them in a fairly good position. 2-7 to 2 points. Waterford are going to need a monstrous second half, and you would imagine with the breeze behind them, with players and the quality that they have, that will be a factor. But here at half time, it's going to be, as I said, monumental task, I think, for Waterford. Don't doubt they will give it a go, but Cork look very, very good here, and the amount of off the ball running is a significant factor in they having an 11-point lead here at half time. So from Super Value Pairc Uí Chaoimh in the Very Ireland National Camogie League Division 1A round 1, I'd imagine Ger Manley is quite happy with how things are going. Cork probably looking to break a duck with the league that they haven't done in 12 years by getting themselves up and running here today, and they are doing it so far at half time. So come back to us for the second half. At half time it is Cork 2-7, Waterford 2 points. And you're welcome back here for the Very Ireland National Camogie League Division 1A Round 1. Just to let you know, we will have player of the match at the end of the game, and thanks to Very Ireland, we have a JBL Harmon speaker to give to our player of the match. So I believe Marie Carney might be with us to be able to make that presentation at the end. Tipperary winning 1-5 to 1-3 at half time in their game. And it is 7 points to 5. Kilkenny leading Galway, and here Cork 2-7 to 2 points as they get on the break straight away. Might have put the Uachtar on as the linesman here towards the end of that first half. I was rightly corrected by the pass holder of the office. So yeah, it's Brian Deering. I knew it was Brian Deering. I mentioned, I think, Brian Deering enough during the game, but I called him Brian Malloy in the closing stages there. So I know the Uachtar is a busy enough man. I don't know whether he's able to be on the line as well. Anyway, that shot went in there and it went to the right and wide from a Cork point of view. Looks like a bit of a knock there for Aisling Thompson, and that might be a little bit of a concern. And again, maybe a player that might not have to be risked if you're in the commanding position that you are. So 7 points to 5 then, as we said, Kilkenny and Galway 2-7 to 2 here, and 1-5 to 1-3 Tipperary beating Dublin. And lots of other, as I said, camogie action on the field of play today. Anyway, Cork warming up, a couple of subs, and maybe that's in lieu of maybe that little bit of a knock that Aisling Thompson got, but anyway, she's back in situ and everyone's raring and ready to go. Orla Hickey flighting this ball down into the corner, looking for a little bit of movement out of Maggie Gotzel. Haven't seen a whole lot of Maggie. Didn't get an opportunity probably in that first half too often, but she has won that ball after a foul by Maeve Murphy. And a free for Beck Carton into the Blackrock end. Hasn't been a whole lot now to set fire to the crew. The people that have paid in here to watch the action today, I'm sure, are quite happy with how Cork are doing, but probably expected a closer match, and I have to say I did think that myself. Carton from a tight enough angle, 20 metres out, and it looks like the umpire, the way he's running there, is going to wave that wide, and that's a chance that they can't afford to miss, I would think, Waterford, especially if they're to make any inroads into that lead. Sharp puck out then from Amy Lee, and the play continues from the Blackrock end here. Move breaks down, but Thompson is in there to try and take it away from Niamh Rocket. Give it back there to Libby Coppinger, who thankfully see Libby back on the field of play after that hamstring injury she picked up last year that ruled her out of both ladies football and camogie action. So Waterford with a bit more purpose about them, but sure, of course they have to. Mairead O'Brien, fresh from that Ashburn Cup win with UL, gives it back to Lorraine Bray. Bray down to Rocket. Rocket now looking to keep this ball in play. It's winning the race, but Rocket gets there in time. Fires it back out here. Gets a shout out in the middle from Abby Flynn, but Abby doesn't connect with that. And that's, by my count, about 5, if not 6 balls that Waterford have put straight into Amy Lee's grasp. And that's not great control over on the far side, but maybe Cork's number 10. Ciara Sullivan will be allowed off with that one. She's got a goal and a point. So sideline cut to come from Waterford down into the corner, looking for movement there. Gotzel going in and try and win it again, and she does very well there. She's trying to hold off the attentions of Maeve Murphy. Taps a nice ball inside, going for a return there with Kate Lynch in a very tight angle now. Waterford looking to come. You feel they have to find the back of the onion sack in the opening stages here if they're to mount any challenge into that, as Amy Lido gets on that ball and gets it out here onto this side, and it's Kate Waller puts the head down and drives on, and she's getting away from her opponent. Bevan Bowdren plays the ball into the middle. Decent ball by her. Saoirse McCarthy played it into Kate Wall. Ball is inside, but it's easy enough one for Noelle Murphy, and she's able to plot a pass out to the middle that's going to be found by Emer O'Neill. And O'Neill looking to get away from the attention of the other number 9, did very, very well to slalom her way out of 2 potential challenges from Cork, but then the ball is given away, and it's a chance now for Cork to build out from the back. And Libby playing that ball down here in the direction of Ciara O'Sullivan and Orla Cahalane. It was Cahalane there getting in to try and win that ball. With Cork looked like they had won it, but it's turned over by Corbett Barry, giving it to Beck Carton, and Carton looking to search the ball over on the far side, asking Maggie Gotzel to go and win it. And I think Maeve Murphy is going to find herself in Liz Dempsey's notebook, because that's the third or fourth ball now. They obviously have decided to target that area with Maggie Gotzel to get scores opportunities, and Maeve, as I said, I think it's the third or fourth time now the ball has gone down that direction at the start of the second half, and I think Liz was giving her maybe the benefit of the doubt, but it's going to be a free and a yellow card, I would imagine. Yeah, yellow card, second yellow card of the game. 36 minutes gone. As we said, Cork well in control, but a chance for Carton now into the Cork goal to, you would imagine, tap this over the bar, and they need, as we said, something to start working for them. Beck Carton connects with this. And it's a point for Waterford. A few murmurs of a clap down the bottom. It wasn't Carton, actually took it. It was Emer O'Neill. It was the red helmet that threw me off there. Carton was actually watching Emer O'Neill's position out in the middle of the field. So puck out, working Amy Lee, then coming out to get a bit of ground and moves this ball on into the middle. Hayes McCarthy looking to hold off the attentions there. Saoirse McCarthy, how important she's become for this Cork team. Lined out, of course, with TUD after times in MTU, but she was with TUD this year in the Ashbourne. Unfortunately, they came a cropper in the semis as Cork come bouncing forward, and that's a shot, but it's gone off the upright, and it's out to the right and wide from Ciara O'Sullivan. Have a swap at the minute. O'Sullivan in the corner with Cahalane out at wing forward. Sure, that'll all change in a matter of minutes. But again, nothing to write home about here. Cork quite happy, keeping Waterford at arm's length. Waterford have to do all the work, of course, because they have to eat into a lead that is now 10 points. And seems to be a definite situation to try and get a couple of players on the ball for Waterford. Rocket looking to hold off Coppinger, turns on the left, does it very well, and the lady's in her 16th year with Waterford, puts that ball over the bar, and we know if Rocket can get the ball in hand, she can be dangerous, and that's 2 points in quick succession for Waterford. They need a lot more of that, and as I said, may need to find the back of Amy Lee's net. Sharp puck then taken to Mackie, and giving it off here for the opportunity to run Izzy O'Regan, and she hits the deck. Foul committed by Mairead O'Brien. Pat in the back from Saoirse McCarthy there on Izzy. Plenty of movement inside. Finn and O'Sullivan. McCartan as well. Saoirse connects with this towards that right hand upright, following it in to hear the shout, and it bats off of I think it was Corbett Barry, and I think Noelle Murphy was just about to put her hand on it, and it was taken away from her. So out for 45. So, bit of a lacklustre feel on this game as Izzy O'Regan is getting attended to by physio down there. Of course, the Cork team, as I said, we saw a bit of a reshuffle in the backroom team, but one, I suppose, big name to come in. And last time we were here, she was on commentary with us, Gemma O'Connor, of course, now part of the backroom team, as Saoirse McCartan knocks over her fourth point of the game first of the second half. And I suppose that stymies Waterford's attack, and chance to eat into the lead is back out to 10, 2-8 to 4. It's the Very Ireland National Camogie League Division 1A Round 1 clash between Cork, the All-Ireland and Munster champions, up against their neighbours Waterford. Of course, beat Tip in Round 1 last year and then went on and won the league, Tipperary, after Waterford beating them. It was the losses to Cork and Galway that ultimately scuppered them, but they were narrow enough losses. But anyway, Waterford just not at the pitch of it here today, and it's always going to be hard coming down to Cork to try and do it against a Cork team that are so well drilled and so physically well put together. And eventually Mackey, combination of players, was able to get that ball forward here towards Clodagh Finn. Finn trying to hold the player, and Orla Hickey falls over there in an effort to stop that play, but Saoirse McCarthy got the ball moving inside, but Liz Dempsey felt there was no advantage accruing and called back for the free. So McCarthy knows it's going to be a long effort for her, but of course Saoirse has that in her locker. A lady well immersed now in Cork Camogie at this stage, of course. The St. Finbarr's club in Cork, former Down player, of course, played at crossfield, and I think the communication went wrong there. The two inside went left, the ball went right, and fell gleefully then into Waterford hands, but Waterford have fouled the ball, and that's a really unnecessary free to give away. But Kate Lynch is looking around her going, are you sure about that? But it gives a closer in chance now for McCartan, although it is at an angle. And I imagine now we're going to see Cork run the bench a little bit, because they are well in control with 18-19 minutes to go. You wonder, will Ger Manley and his backroom team start to look at one or two players and give them an opportunity? So Carton, tight enough angle, but she has the distance. Has she got it inside the uprights? No, she hasn't, and it's a second wide for her. Now in the 43rd minute. I said at the end of the game we'll be hopefully hearing from both camps, and definitely our player of the match, who will be given the JBL Harmon speaker. And of course both teams today here with new jerseys and a new sponsorship deal. Waterford have, of course, with Loan It, and also you have Kiri's putting a major sponsorship deal with Cork, as Waterford come on the attack with Lorraine Bray showing a captain's power, putting the ball up and over the bar, and she gesticulates towards Mairead O'Brien. And Lorraine normally can be good for chipping in with a score. Makes it 2-8 to 5 points, but back to some of those sponsorship deals, of course, these counties. So I would imagine grateful of the sponsorship deals that they get. And Kiri's announcing a big one with Cork, as we said, during the week for the next number of years, taking on all the county teams and championships locally. And as we said, then that means new jerseys. So you have Waterford in a new style, and Cork out there as well have a bit of a new style to it as well. As a ball anyway played by McCartan. And I'm talking about the jerseys as maybe a sign that there's not a whole lot happening on the field, but it's Cahalan quite busy in that first half, linking up with McCartan, trying to keep it away there from the attentions of Tara Power. Ball is into the middle. The shout came from Thompson. Here's a shout from McCarthy. McCarthy hopped off the ground to get that one, and Saoirse will have a shot at the post from the arc there and puts that ball over the bar. The new 40-metre arc, of course, was a perfect angle for her. She doesn't get 2 points for that one, but she does put it over the bar. It's a fine score from Saoirse McCarthy, and in essence that's all Ger Manley's crew have to do for the remainder of the game, is keep Waterford at arm's length. Whatever Waterford do one end, they do it the other. They maintain that significant lead, 10 points. And the lady that added to that, Hannah Looney, was just trying to get on that ball as Niamh Rocket comes onto the break, driving it in tight to that post. Umpire is going for the flag though, and it's Niamh Rocket's second point. So a quarter of an hour gone, 3/4 of the game gone, 2-9 to 6 points. And the goal, as I said, lovely work move that Ciara O'Sullivan finished, and then Hannah Looney had threatened to go beyond it a little bit, having come on to the pass, but we look back at it here on camera, in fairness, well spotted by Luke in confirming that she had actually kicked it into the net, but it was such a gentle touch as the ball is played inside. Gotzel looking to get around, but Mackey's in there disrupting the attentions. Rocket's trying to get in on it as well, but here comes Thompson, and eventually takes that ball away, left it behind her a little bit, but has loads of time to decide to go back with it and give it to Amy Lee. Lee looking around her, playing a pop pass out here in the direction of Saoirse McCarthy. McCarthy, here's a shout up top. Thought about giving it to Wall, but it's cut off there by Abby Flynn. Saoirse may be guilty of just looking around her a little bit. Carton looking to set up Mairead O'Brien now. She knows where the back of the onion net is as well, as she looked to drive forward, but she charged onto Thompson there. Liz Dempsey decides to call it as a foul, and it's going to be a free out. It remains 2-9 to 6. The Very Ireland National Camogie League Division 1A round 1 encounter. So we had Tip, Kilkenny and Cork all ahead at half time. Don't know what the wind conditions were like in the Rag or in Dunmore, but we'll endeavour, as I said, to update you on scores if we can. Just nothing coming through to us at the minute. So throw ball here in the middle. Taken on here now by Bevan Bowdren. Bowdren gets a shout inside. O'Brien did very, very well now to be able to bring that ball into play. Gets beyond Laura Hayes. Still an opportunity here. Maybe looking to offload it. The pass just was to the feet though, rather to the hand, and a Waterford chance gone a begging. But maybe Carton trying to get in there and swallow up Izzy O'Regan. Ball is on the ground. It's still being dug out there. Trying to get in there. O'Brien is back in there. Also trying to put the feet in. Aoife Healy. Ball eventually comes out with the back, and who's there? Coppinger. Stepping away from the attentions of young debutant Emer O'Neill. O'Neill tried to disrupt there, but the ball eventually is in the hands of Thompson. Has a load of acreage to look around and pop a pass out to the middle, where it's taken on by Saoirse McCartan. 4 points her name. Gets down and wins that ball, giving it to Looney. Looney looking for movement. Inside is Finn and Cahalane, but the referee says that there was a foul committed there. Is going to call it back. And just wondering, is it the Waterford player she taunted, or is it Saoirse McCartan? And anyway, ref has called a halt and play, and it looks like there is a change there, and Aisling Thompson's stay is done. No point, and it looks like it's Alana McNulty, is going to get a card. 2 cards actually. So whatever went on off the ball after, there must have been a little bit of retribution after whatever initially went on. So McCartan and McNulty in the book, and number 23 Ava Fitzgerald, as I predicted we were going to see, is on in place of Aisling Thompson. And as we said, no point at this stage with the lead that you have. Maybe some of those players need a break. Aisling not long back in with the Cork setup as a driving run here by Hannah Looney. Lovely take by McCarthy, looking to follow it on. Cahalane left it behind her a little bit, and there is the opportunity as a Cork player down after off the ball there. Don't know whether Liz Dempsey spotted that, and Waterford going to come out. Referee is a call in the halt to the play. She was allowing it develop. Is it McCarthy that got a nudge after that pass? She kind of left herself a little bit open and playing it on to Cahalane, but she had come flying out of the traps. Took it on very, very well, and then delayed the pass in an effort to try and split the Waterford defence. And I'd say is fairly winded there. But Waterford won the break, and Cahalane just, Orla, maybe on other days could have had a hat-trick of goals here. Looks like we're looking at another change. Maeve Ring from Ahabulla about to come in on the field. Aaron Hogg there, just and I'd say it's Aoife Healy. So we all change in the middle of the field. Looks like it. And I'd say we're going to see Millie Condren as well. So 50th minute, Maeve Ring is in and Aoife Healy is off. So as you said, middle of the field changed, and we're still waiting on Saoirse McCarthy. And it looks like Cork are going to make that change now as well while there is the stoppage. It's number 21 is in Claire Mullins. I might have said Millie Condon, apologies. Claire Mullins. And it looks like it's Claudia Finn has come off there. So Claire in on the field of play. So 3 changes for Cork. Waterford ploughing on here at the minute, but haven't really threatened Amy Lee's goal for a goal. A couple of good points. They've dropped a few into her hand, but that's as good as it's got. 2-9 to 6 here, and we'll be thinking about players of the matches and everything, because Very Ireland have sponsored the Player of the Match award, a JBL Harman speaker here that we will have to give away. Nice prize to our Player of the Match, as O'Brien tries to get this ball over here towards Emer O'Neill, who's been impressive from a Waterford point of view. Waterford have also got on a sub there that we just missed as we're watching the Cork ones. It looks like it's Molly Comfort of Galtier is on. Missed who she slipped in for there. All happened when I was watching the Cork end. And Abby Flynn looks like she's got in and won that ball in the ruck there. Here's a shout from Lorraine Bray, top of the D. Lorraine Bray is driving on. She's still going. Bray, is this her second point of the game? Lorraine Bray has driven that over the bar. She has phenomenal talent to be able to drive on the ball. Lorraine Bray just times it so well. Leaves herself open for a lady that's a little diminutive character for getting a few knocks and bruises, and she's picked up one there in that latest foray forward. Lorraine, captain of this Waterford team, brings it to 7, and maybe now a bit of a challenge Waterford might be to try and get to double figures here. Latest score we have in Kilkenny is 8 points to 7, but that's a few minutes old now, so I don't know if that potentially could have changed. And we did have at half time the Tipperary led, but it may be the full time whistle before we are able to bring the score in that. Jerry Wallace down there urging on his troops, but at this stage, Joe, it's not going to be the 2 points. Cork are going to be victorious here. Lorraine Bray has had the magic sponge up and ready and going again, as Waterford look to push up on Amy Lee's puck out here. Amy looking for a little bit of movement, and over on the far side she goes with it. Cork looking to drive on now, as I said, introducing Claire Mullins, Ava Fitzgerald and Maeve Ring in the last while, as Kate Wall comes in. She's had a good game from a Cork point of view as well. But Aaron Hogg said that the ball came off her, so it's a Waterford ball. Bit of a tap on the elbow of Emer O'Neill, but she gets it forward. Emer O'Neill would have to say had a good performance from Waterford point of view as well. Making senior debut, no mean achievement. McCarthy Popping a pass out to Ava Fitzgerald. As I said, Ava from the Sarsfields club, who would have had a fine year with Mary I in winning that Purcell Cup, of course, a couple of weeks ago. Ball is inside. Oh, it looked like a heavy challenge around the head area there of Orla Cahalane. Or it's the young lady that's just come in. Sorry, Claire Mullins. Just a dark red helmet there. And setting up a chance. And I'd say it's going to be a card offence and a yellow card here for the Waterford back. Cork getting ready to bring in number 24, Rachel Harty from Ballyhay. And it's Kate Wall, who, as I said, fine performance as McCartan puts that ball over the bar. For the Ireland National Camogie League Division 1A round 1, it looks like Cork on the way to a comprehensive victory, 2-10 to 7-day lead. Camera work and production done by Luke and Megan of Entray for you here this afternoon, and don't forget we will be back out in action next week as well, and for the coming weeks if you're a Camogie fan. Opportunity, if you've only joined us, to watch this game back on the YouTube channel from the Camogie Association. And I believe if you want to watch other game, I think Tip Camogie also were streaming their game. That up against Dublin as Waterford come on the attack here with Beck Carton looking to get in there. But again, how many times today have Waterford done that with and against the wind? And I think now it's heading towards 8 opportunities into Amy Lee's hands. Not saying they all would have been scores, but Galway got into the lead there in the closing stages of their match against Kilkenny. Tight enough affair at the Dunmore training ground. Rachel Walsh playing this ball down along the wing, looking for Maggie Gotzel, but Maeve Murphy. A surprise of Waterford in a way, the tactic that Maeve and Maggie were a target in the first opening 10 minutes or so, to such an extent that Maeve Murphy picked up a yellow card, and then they stopped playing the ball that side. Maggie hasn't got a whole lot of ball since, as Waterford anyway turned this ball over and drive forward, and the shot that comes in from Emer O'Neill into Amy Lee's hands again, and with the wind behind them, just unsure of some of the Waterford play. McCarthy now in a bit of a danger, but here's a shout from Laura Hayes, and the ball into the middle. Hannah Looney driving on, belying all those years of experience. Hannah still willing to do the hard dirty work, drive forward now. Opportunity here with Mullins, Claire Mullins that is, leaves the ball behind her. Rachel Harty there to try and check in on the two, but the referee says there was a pull on the jersey and it's going to be a free out for Waterford. Not a whole lot of time left now, 2-10 to 7 points. Waterford running in another sub, and I mentioned Millie Condon earlier on. She's about to come in on the field of play, just waiting to make that substitution. 5 subs now. Cork, as he said, well on the way to opening points here. Ciara O'Sullivan, the one called ashore. She got a goal and a point. The goal set Cork underway, backed up by the goal by Hannah Looney. Izzy O'Regan eventually got that ball out to Laura Hayes, and Laura Hayes pirouettes well out of a tackle there and drives that ball forward down into the corner now, looking to get Cahalane on the ball, but it's taken away from her, and she's had a bit of a battle there with Rachel Walsh all game. This game, of course, to me, was over at half time with 2-7 to 2 points. It was going to ask an awful lot of Waterford. Waterford have won the second half, if you want to say that. Ball is played into the middle, but McCarthy is back there again, and to me, standout player for Cork. So many you could think of giving the player of the match to Kate Wall at such a big first half. Ciara Sullivan and Clodagh Finn dovetailing quite well and setting up that lead. Hannah Looney was there, very, very big, especially in the last quarter of the first half. Some of her runs and drives in. Hayes always was quite secure at the back. Good to have Livy Coppinger back as well on the edge of the square. But McCarthy surely is going to be one that's going to be considered for player of the match here. Popped up with a couple of scores and was always available as an outlet back here as we get the opportunity for this long range effort. From Emer O'Neill, drops indoor around the house. It's a dangerous enough one in the sense that who's going to be getting on the ball. Carton looking to get this ball off, but it's well read by Maeve Murphy there. And it's Looney again going the hard roads by. She's still going with it. Puts it on the end of the hurl and takes it out of trouble. Playing a pass and it looked like a heavy knock on but Orla's got on with it, gotten it inside to McCartan, going for the return now. Maybe McCartan elects to go along the ground. Decent ball inside. Mullins miscontrols it and it's through the hands, and out come Waterford to clear. Credit Mullins, so she got back up there and went out to dispossess Tara Power, but it's in the middle that it works out for Waterford. Their number 21 Molly Comfort is moving to try and get on this ball. Ball is still there, legs over it, hands trying to get down and win it, and eventually it's picked up by Abby Flynn. Abby is just have been fouled there by Ava Fitzgerald, and Rocket looking to take this ball quickly, puts it down, miscontrolled it, then plays the ball into the middle, and who's going to react first to it? It's a Waterford ball, and it looks like that's a push in the back, and Maeve just got to be very careful. She's on a yellow card, and maybe it's within the situation of it's probably the last chance of the game. That if that happened maybe 20 minutes ago, could have been a yellow card. Blatant push in the back right in front of the referee, but getting away with the situation. So free then from Emer O'Neill, who took over the free taking duties in the second half. Sitting the leave insert in a few months' time. The Pairc Uí Rangers player, former minor of course, and three of them involved with the panel so far that are in All Irelands in the last couple of years. Caitlin Gardner of course is also from Pairc Uí Rangers. She's the sub-goalkeeper to a debutant today, Noelle Murphy. And we wish Brianna Regan the very best of luck in recovery. Hope all things go well in the next number of weeks, Brianna. And we'll see you back on the field of play soon. As ball is towards Mullins, but it's cut out by Rachel Walsh. Keely Corbett looking to come out with it. And eventually Liz Dempsey says she's seen enough. Cork didn't have to be spectacular in the second half because they had the work done in the first. 2-10 to 7 points. That's how it's finished out here in Pairc Uí Chaoimh. So a league title that hasn't been won and hasn't rested in Cork in 12 years. Have they laid down a marker of how the league is going to go? It'll be interesting to see. It's the only cup that evaded them last year. They went and won the Munster, they went and won the All-Ireland. Back to back, they're going for 3 in a row, some people would say, and judging on today's performance, lots of teams are going to have to step up here if they're going to dismantle this Cork setup. But Waterford huffed and puffed, but just wasn't enough for them, and ultimately it was victory for Cork here. As I said, didn't have to be spectacular in the second half because of the way things worked out, but it is Cork that have finished victorious in the Very Ireland National Camogie League Division 1A Round 1 encounter here from Super Value Pairc Uí Chaoimh. It is Cork 2-10, Waterford 7 points. Stick with us, we're going to hear from the winning management and our player of the match. Welcome back here to the sideline, and we just see Marie Carney making a presentation to Saoirse McCarthy. Saoirse, come over here to me. Congratulations. Laying down a bit, I suppose. You're just trying to get up and going for 2025, but it's a good win to have.
Yeah, 100%. First day out, you never know really what you're at or what stage you're at the start of the year. And look, we came out, and I think it was just about trying to stick to our principles and having a good game. Get out, try new bodies on the field. And I think everyone showed up today. Like, you had two girls like Kate Wall and Ciara Sull coming back into the panel there now, and I think they showed more than their worth today. So it was brilliant. It's brilliant to get the win now and get the season started off. Yeah, because there are girls obviously that have gone for various other reasons, but when you see players coming in and, as you said, putting down some of those performances today, they have a hand on the jersey now. It's going to be hard to take it off them. And that's it. And every day of training, the jerseys get shuffled around the whole time, and you're constantly fighting for a place. So look, it's a brilliant environment to be part of. It's challenging, but it's rewarding as well. The challenge, though, obviously there. Is there any talk, even at this stage, lots of maybe mention of 12 years since you won the league, 3 in a row of All-Ireland series. They're obviously goals, but you're probably not something that you're focusing on too much at the minute. No, not at all. Again, like I said, it's day by day and match by match. And yes, you set off every year you want to win in All-Ireland. I don't think anybody has a league medal on the team, so that's something we always joke about. But look, we're not in the business of winning leagues. Obviously, it would be a nice bonus and something we go for every year. It's just sometimes it doesn't come off. But look, it's game by game now, and there's a long year ahead. I know there's a lot of continuity in the backroom team, but let's hope there's been a bit of a change. Obviously Adrian has come in, but when you add someone like Gemma O'Connor as well, I'm sure she's a good voice around the place. Brilliant. You're listening to her. I remember there was a stage there in the first half and she just goes, "Saoirse, run!" I was like, oh God, you're going to listen to her. She only has the 11 All-Stars, so it's a brilliant voice to have in the background team, and she's just so insightful. She's been on teams trying to go for 3 in a row or trying to win All-Irelands, and she knows what it takes to do it, and it's brilliant. As well, playing here, Pairc Uí Chaoimh, I just getting a feel for the big stadiums, let's say, in that regard, and maybe, do you think that age you then when you're going up on, say, the Nolan Parks and the Crow Parks or whatever in the next few weeks? Yeah, I'd say this is the only pitch left in Cork at the moment with all the rain, but it's brilliant, and having the parents and families and the little kids now after the game and stuff, it's brilliant to get out and play in Pairc Uí Chaoimh, and it's where we belong, I think. It's where we should be playing week in, week out all over the country, so it's brilliant. So 2024, put the bed, you're up and running. Yeah. We wish you the best luck, Saoirse, with the rest of it. Thanks indeed to Saoirse then for her thoughts. We'll hope to hear from Ger Manley, if I can, in a moment. But don't forget that away to Dublin is Cork's next encounter. And I do know that lots of people have been busy here just with family and everything like that. So if you just want to break here for a minute, Luke, and I'll locate Ger, and we'll just have a quick word with him in the next couple of seconds. To pitch side here, Ger Manley. Obviously, look, Ger, as I said this year, just all about getting up and running. Look, we're always a bit sluggish, I suppose. When we started well, I thought first half we were quite good, and I suppose there was a strong wind there. You mightn't realise it until you come down into the pitch, and I suppose look, we're a bit rusty, but look, we're happy to win. Ger, as well, I was saying that this year, you've seen a couple of girls move on, some take a break. Important maybe then that those who have come in
get an opportunity and take that opportunity, and some of them did today.
They did. We've very few gone actually. We have the same panel as last year. With probably a few players back. Libby Coppinger, I thought, was outstanding there today. She didn't play a match, I'd say, since she tore the hamstring there last year. I thought she was phenomenal. And we have a few back. We were missing 5 or 6 from the team that played All-Ireland. But as I said, look, the squad is the key, and I pushed that since I came down here. Got involved there with a match that we're pushing the squad all the time. We want a competitive. Somebody comes in, they're comfortable. And I thought the girls that came on today did quite well.
The freshness in the back room as well has added some new voices, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure. Look, Liam was a huge loss. Liam Cronin, he was phenomenal with us there for 2 years. But look, he's gone to, I suppose, greener pastures back in Limerick. But he did a great job. And look, a lot of our good things we're doing for the last 2 years are still there. Agents come in, done very well there in the first 6 weeks. And Wesley O'Brien is phenomenal. And he's involved, probably UCC there. Fellas know more as. But this is his probably 5 or 6 year with the Camogie team in different spells. And he's so good. Sean Crowley, Jim O'Connor's involved. We've some great people involved.
But isn't that important though, when you have a crew like, girls, I'm not saying they get settled or anything like that, but you probably do need fresh voices in around just to maybe keep the motivation going, isn't it?
Oh, totally. Look, they get sick of listening to everybody, the same fellas all the time, and I think it is important to change it up. We had some very good people involved the last couple of years, but I think you need to change it, and continuity is good, but I suppose a different voice. Adrian has done quite well. You can see we're probably a bit sharper earlier on there now today, but look, it's good. We're happy where we are. Look, it's going to be a tough league. I think the league this year is very competitive. I'm not sure how the other results went, but I think it'll be very close.
But is a league something that you would like to add to the old repertoire here?
We don't want to lose any match. For Cork, I don't like losing any matches, whether it's training or not, and the girls are the same. We're not going to be foot perfect because look, we don't go back early training. I think a lot of other companies go back for. We don't. I think the year is long enough, and we're hoping that we're in the final stages of the All-Ireland as well, but I think the important thing is to keep the girls fresh, and I said today there now we've next week we've 3 matches down in a row, so we'll probably change it up a bit next week and change it up again for the Kilkenny game. And again,
girls then feeling if they have a hand or an opportunity, Ger, that there's potential then for later stages.
It is, there was a couple of girls made their debut there now today. Millie Condon came on, I noticed in a few minutes. Ava Fitzgerald came on, she came up to minor team. Maeve Ring came on. Kate Wall, who didn't get on the panel last year, and she came on. I thought she did very well today to keep a very good player like Lorraine Bray quiet for the majority of the game, which you won't do. Look, I thought we were very good at times. I thought in general our defence was very good. We didn't concede any goal chances. Probably could have picked up a few more goal chances up along the field, but that's the time of the year the ball is moving well, and look, it's delighted. It suffers, as you can see. The suffers is phenomenal. We'll probably go up next week and it'll be different, but that's life. But I think, look, we're very happy where we're at.
We should have best luck anyway, Ger. Thanks very much for joining us here. So that's Ger Manny giving us his thoughts on Cork's performance here today. They were fairly well in control, as you can still see on the scoreboard there. It's 2-10 to 7 points, an ultimate big victory for Cork. They head away to Galway, or sorry, I should say Dublin next week, and we'll, as I said, have plenty more streaming to come over the next number of weeks. So well done to Cork. Victorious here today. Thanks to Luke and Megan in the background. I've been Killian Whelan. I'm sure we'll see you sometime shortly. Good luck to you.